Hello, hello, hello. Robin Shute here. I am building a Pikes Peak Unlimited racer from scratch. It's been a long time since I last posted a video. That's because I've been incredibly busy getting this car designed and made. But I'm at a really good spot to run you through some of the progress. I appreciate it's a very short period of time until the race, but I'm still doing everything I can to get the car ready in time. And let's go and run you through what I've been working on. Here we go. So the big thing that is pretty much completed is the roll cage on the car. I have built this very stoutly. Safety is incredibly important. As you can see from all the videos online on the internet, crashing at Pikes Peak is a pretty scary thing to have happen, and safety is the utmost importance. So this is what I've gone for with this cage. It is a 1.5 inch tube, 0.095 wall thickness in chromoly 4130 tubing. This is above the regulation for Pikes Peak, but it is also eligible for Mount Washington as well. So that's one of the reasons why I built this cage a little bigger in tube diameter, aside from the safety. It is a tight entry point, but I can get in and out. It's actually not as bad as you would think. It involves twisting the shoulders, but you can see this bar here. You can essentially do a pull up on and pull yourself out of the car. It's actually not too bad at all. I'll show you how that's done in another video. In the event of a bad accident, just like what they usually do, the cage will just be cut off. They've got the jaws of life there, and then that means we can use the extraction seat as well. So a little counterintuitive, I can't eat too many biscuits. I've got to stay slim to get in and out of it, but as it stands, it's actually not too bad to get in and out of. So that's the big one. It's fully welded up now. I've just got to finish up getting the inserts bonded in, and then get that thing painted, and that is done. That will stay off of the car until we get the rest of it finished, as it does get in the way of a lot of that. Next up, you can see the bracket on the back of the car waiting for the engine. The engine mock-up, it should be arriving in about 7 days or so we can really start getting the rear of the car built up, but that's waiting for that there, looking good. Next up is the wings. I'm actually using the wings from the 2019 Aero package on the Wolf, upcycling them. That's pretty exciting. They're DJ race car wings, which are fantastic, pre-preg, super lightweight. And they've been used on pretty much every configuration of Wolf thus far, and will continue to be used on the Sendycar. Next up, we've got some suspension parts, 3D printed titanium steering arms, rather lovely, generatively designed, of course. Yeah, front and rear, these are the front steering arms where you actually steer them, the rear is the same. We've also got, these are the front push rod mounts that go to the upright. Conventionally designed, sometimes in these really tight spots, conventional design does better than generative design, believe it or not. But when you've got a really complex part, especially if it's larger, that's when generative design comes out into its own. This is a rear upright, just being ready to be fully built up. It looks like it's 3D printed. It's not. I got these made with Xometry. They did a pretty good job. However, the anodizing came out interesting, let's say. It's got stripes on it, so it kind of looks 3D printed, whatever. I needed them in time, so yeah. Have to put up with that. But they're billet machined out of 7075 aluminium, so that's a pretty neat piece. We can go over here to the workbench. These are the fronts. This is the finish, the anodizing finish I should have got. These are the front ones. Again, machined out of 7075, another generative design. Looks great. Again, just needs a tiny bit of refinishing on one of the parts, and then the bearings put in there and retained. So that's what's kind of going on this week, is getting those built up. Next up is the pedal box. This is a work in progress. I'm doing this with Alcon. I'm basically modifying their pedal box to go and fit in the Sendycar. It's actually quite a different application than from their GT stuff. So I'm using their hardware and concept and then doing a couple new parts, which is the brake pedal body. And then I've got the base plate as well. You can see that there, which is pretty neat. And also some brackets that mount on the inside of the tub. Let's see if you can see that in there. Yeah, you can see them kind of tucked away in there. There you go. Oh, you're going to focus, maybe. Let's see if we get that. There you go. They're there for just mock-up at the moment as we just prove out if it will fit in the car properly. And then there's 4 or 5 parts that'll either get CNC'd or printed to go in there. So that's all exciting and good. What else have I got lying around here? We have, yes, suspension arms. We've got these all welded up, ready to go. These are just going to go and get nickel plated. This is what we're waiting on with those. I've actually got a load of arms and structural members in steel that have just finished their nickel plating. That will come back, and when I pick those up, these will go out. These are pretty neat. I've designed them, come here. I've designed them so that they essentially didn't need to be jigged to go and be assembled. These nose themselves, are you getting that there? Oh, I'm so good, there we go. These nose themselves are, back again, are designed so that the tubes slide over them. It's a pretty tight tolerance, so I didn't bother jigging any of them, just really was patient with how I how I went and go and got those machined. See on the other end, I am using screw-in rod ends, just so I have a little bit of freedom with the geometry in a few places. Here you go. Here you see you've got a mount for the rear steering arm. This is the rear upper arm. So bearings are going in those. They still need to be staked, but I've got those here as well as the staking tools. So I have essentially a full car set of arms and then a spare, not a whole set, but half a set, because all these arms are symmetrical, so they can be used either on left or right. Got a bunch of Sendycar SEM parts here, which is, these are the bearing retaining plates for the uprights, and then the spacers to do the camber shims. Also, there's some like titanium seat belt mounts. This is the old Wolf wings that I pulled apart from the 2019 winning wing. So that's sacrifice to the race car gods. What else do we have? Go over to the 3D printer, and that is just finishing up the, let's go down there. This is just finishing up basically the master cylinders. That will clip in. I'll finish up the master cylinders that will clip in for that full mock-up assembly on the tub. Upstairs at my computer, I'm just finishing off all the inserts that are going on the ends of these wings. You see you got here, these have been pulled out. I'm going to 3D print some aluminum inserts in there, which will extend the wing out maybe 100 millimeters, 4 inches. And then we've got all new end plates to go on there, both front and rear. That's a pretty cool looking setup with those. And it's a pretty novel end plate design that I've used in conjunction with Airshaper and their optimizer software, which is adjoint essentially, and that goes and optimizes for downforce and efficiency. And that's a really neat geometry that I'll talk through in another video when I get round to it. So it's quite a unique shape. So that's a quick update of the car. Still lots to do. Majority of the designing is actually pretty well finished up. The plan is to get the car together with the mock-up engine and on its wheels by the end of April. And then we pop that into the trailer. And then that gets towed out to Dallas, where I'm doing the bodywork with Dussault Designs for the next month of May. They're already starting on the tooling right now, and then we'll make the panels. That'll get bolted up to the car. And then we look to shake down end of May in Dallas before towing out to Colorado, and then doing the full test sessions at Pikes Peak. So it's an all-new car. It's going to take a good bit of development, even after doing the shakedown stuff. So this year at Pikes Peak, the goal truly is to be there and just run the car. I think that'd be a huge achievement if we're able to go and do that. And then, yeah, we just build from there. Super excited about it all because there hasn't really been any compromises or shortcuts taken with this. We've focused on doing a really, really good job with every single component on the car. So, yeah, it feels crazy that, that's gonna turn into a complete and working car in a couple months, but have faith, keep pushing and building. It's going to come together quickly in even the next 2 weeks here. The car's going to look very different from just a tub on a table. So excited to get that process really started and excited to share the progress with you. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do my best to do these quick videos so you can follow along with the journey as we get this car on its wheels and then out to Pikes Peak. So yeah, thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.